Hi, I'm Masha, and today I'll be discussing my case on underqualified teachers that are accommodating a student with special needs in a student-run after-school program. In my case, Michael, who is a 7-year-old special needs student, is being destructive to him and his peers in LVASP, which is an after-school program. The teachers in the program, they're all underqualified college student volunteers with no experience with special needs students, and they believe that the program can be in trouble for discrimination if they kick out Michael because of his self-destruction along with destruction of his peers, or that the program could be shut down for the students being injured. The mom cannot switch him to another program because this is the only free one in her area and she cannot afford one that is paid. So what is at stake? Michael's education and his health, Michael's peers' health, the teachers' health and their mental states, along with everyone's mental states, the after-school program's reputation and closure, and Miss Harrison's health back at home. One act I wanted to include that applies to this case is the Individuals with Disabilities Act, as we have talked about before. So the IDEA says that schools must review the IEP of any student with disabilities who was suspended for more than 10 days in a school year. This manifestation determination, as they say, determines if the student's suspensions were connected to the disability of the student or if it was the failure of the school to implement the IEP. And if so, then the IEP is modified and the student may be moved to a new educational placement. As it says in a Journal of Educational Strategies, in cases in which a teacher believes a potential liability exists, the teacher should not attempt to address the situation alone, and instead the teacher should inform an appropriate administrator and provide relevant information pertaining to the situation. When possible, the teacher should use terms in written or spoken communications that will ensure the administrator understands the legal importance of the potential liability. I think that the school board should come together and pull aside money for the program so that they can provide special education educators along with free education and training for those college students that are volunteering. So not only the program, the students can benefit from this, but the program itself can benefit, as well as the teachers and the community in the long run. And I have thought about Michael having a one-on-one teacher outside the classroom by himself, but it also seems impractical because this might be hard on Michael not being able to have peers around him, and it could be also harder on the teacher because teaching one child directly can cause them stress as to them believing they're underqualified to be his shadow, which is someone who shadows a student directly. This case can also apply to problems such as free or underfunded schools, not providing other disability assistance, schools not providing counselors or school psychologists that are always available for students to talk to if they need to, and issues with homeschooling, such as children's families being too busy to teach the child, or children not being able to be around peers to grow socially. Before this case, I haven't really thought about how volunteers might not be trained to help out certain students, and how many teachers are probably underqualified to teach, but they just become teachers because the school needs them since the school might be underfunded. I have seen this in the past personally with with schools that have summer programs or after school programs where they can really only afford even high school teachers, like teachers that are in high school, to teach elementary school kids, or the same for teachers that are in college. I also did not realize that some schools are allowed to suspend students over and over, and I thought that after 2 suspensions is expulsion. In the case study, it says that another student was suspended for throwing a pencil, but when Michael did the same, he didn't get suspended. So was Michael allowed so many suspensions because of him having more privileges than other students? Or was this because of the fact that the teachers believed that if they expelled him, then the program might be in trouble? The answer could be potentially yes to both of those questions. I have learned that there are many factors in case studies, such as this one. On one side, the program could be hurt, and on the other side, the people themselves could be hurt. And also, when we think of a decision to solve a problem like this one, we need to look at all the sides of the story and figure out many possible solutions, and also looking into policies and acts that could apply to that. I also wanted to discuss that with mental illness and disabilities, a lot of the times, children as young as Michael, they do not get the diagnosis they need or get an incorrect diagnosis. And some schools don't give students special assistance. And we as educators need to make sure that we are doing our best to help these students and to give them whatever they need. I believe that the students in Michael's school have done all of what they know, but since they're underqualified, they don't have the proper training and qualifications to do that. These are my references. Thank you.